Hello, extraordinaries, and welcome to another exciting episode of the High Performance Consciousness Podcast. My name is Matthew Paddy, and I will be your host again today. This episode, I want to talk about the topic of decisions, making decisions, and getting very clear and purposeful and building momentum off the back of making decisions. You see, every single day we make thousands and thousands of decisions, both consciously and unconsciously. So from previous episodes, you may remember that based on years and years of studies of human behavior, by the time that we are 30 to 35 years of age, research has well and truly documented and proved that we as human beings are automatons. We are running as high as 95% automation in our life. How we think, how we act, and how we feel. Which you will have heard me say many, many times through these podcasts. This is my desire to get you to think, act, and feel differently. To look at your universe with new eyes. To look at what is possible and not what is by way of facts. Not looking at the outside world as proof of what is possible, which is looking at the past and saying that that is all that is possible because that is all that I can see reflected in my outside world. I'll leave you to sit and think about that one for a moment. So if you're driving a tractor or a heavy vehicle or driving in general, you're eating a complicated dish, then maybe stop for a moment and let yourself consider what I just said. But let's jump back onto decisions. So you may have heard of decision fatigue, which is essentially that I have so many decisions to make in a day that I get exhausted and I either fail to make decisions, pull the trigger on things, ideas, or actions, or I invariably make decisions that lead to unpreferred or non-preferred experiences. So decision fatigue is, what am I going to wear today? Do I want to eat this or eat that? Which direction am I going to travel to work in my car or on the bus? There's all these decisions that at a conscious level can really fatigue us. And by the time you get either home from work or you punch your card and say that I'm done for the day, if you are in a relationship, and I've seen this happen so many times, that you have no decision energy left to contribute to the household or to business partners because you are fatigued and you have got nothing left in the tank. So the first thing about reducing decision fatigue is about de-complicating your life, de-cluttering your life. Now, I am in part a minimalist. So where I live and how I set my life up is fairly minimal because I like to travel light. I like to have things in the form of minimalist matter. So I'm not cluttered. My world, my rooms, my mind is not cluttered. So keep your environment clear of clutter. So whether that is cleaning up your workspace, whether it's cleaning up your room, your home, whatever it is going to be, cleaning up your thinking so that you are not thinking of 100 things a minute and not acting upon any of them because you don't know which one to pick from the ethers and to take action upon. Clean up your environment, clean up your mind, and declutter your space because your internal space is representative of your external factual reality. So what is going on inside of you will invariably show up and reveal itself in your outer world. So decision fatigue is a real thing. Take time out to meditate, to be still, to use the faculty of imagination, and to just wander in your mind and wander in your being to what is possible, what is out there for you, and what you prefer to experience, and give attention to that. So that's the first thing about decision fatigue. But most importantly, what I want to discuss in this podcast is about what a term I call decision momentum. Decision momentum. What does that mean? Well, it'll make sense because when we think from a quantum perspective, first and foremost, everything operates as a wave form. Everything, every thought, every desire is operating in the form of a wave or a wave function. When you take action upon an idea or an inspiration or an insight, then you are collapsing that wave into a particle. You are drawing from the field, from the infinite field, from the quantum field. You are drawing that wave energy into your body and transmuting that, transitioning that into a particle by way of your action. So you are collapsing wave into particle every time you take action upon an aligned idea, insight, or preference. Okay? So decision momentum is, can you make decisions, not more decisions, but can you make decisions that are aligned wholly and solely with your end or your desired results? Can you do that? So you would sit with yourself and you might think, well, I have several decisions to make about this podcast or this website or this style of client or this sales process or funnel, whatever it's going to be. Sit with it and reflect upon your end. What is your end result? What is the clear outcome you wish to experience as a direct result of your efforts, of your focus, of your attention? And then go about making decisions that are aligned with that end. Now, does this mean that we always get our decisions right? Do we always make the right decision? Are we always correct? No, we don't always feel we made the right decision. However, you can, with practice and with determined, repeated, consistent, and reliable attention on making decisions, you can reduce the time it takes between making a decision and getting feedback so that you can determine whether you are on track or on course. Because a funny thing happens when you are making aligned decisions. Things just start happening magically. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that when you make a decision, then it would seem that the universe is starting to conspire with you, and it is bringing you the people, the information, the email, the text message, the signpost, the music, the conversation, whatever it is. Space begins to fold in. So waves begin to remagnetize themselves to you and are magnetically drawing the information that is always available in the infinite field to you, so that you are now experiencing what I call glimpses. You are getting glimpses. And it's like in space, as an example, they're looking for the Goldilocks zone. Not too far, not too close, not too hot, not too cold for other planets, exoplanets that are revolving around a star like ours, our sun. Now, that's another conversation altogether, and I won't go too off tangent with that one. But essentially, decision momentum is about your Goldilocks zone. It's finding your Goldilocks zone as to when you have an idea, a nudge, an impulse, an instinct, you take action upon that without second-guessing yourself or fast-tracking ahead of yourself in wondering, will it work, won't it work, is it the right thing, is it the wrong thing? The key with decision momentum is feeling. If it feels like the impulse of or the resonant signature of your end experience, if it feels the same emotionally in your body, even in your thoughts, as the experience you desire as your end result, then move on it quickly, because serendipity, synchronicity, loves speed. And what you will find is little by little that all these waves start to collapse into particles. And piece by piece, your jigsaw puzzle begins to form and take shape and reveal the picture of your desired end. So if you are afraid to take action, because you are using history, your previous experiences, as your compass, then I would like you to consider whether you made the right decision in the past that yielded a result that taught you a lesson, gave you feedback, enriched you with experience so that you could choose something better for yourself. So when we look to the past, we look to history, we look to the facts, we look to artifacts for evidence of what is possible. We will find some evidence that is aligned with our preferred future and our desired reality, and we will find evidence that is not aligned with our desired reality. Invariably, we're all human, and sometimes we do fall into the trap of saying, well, I have no proof that making a new decision is going to equate to a new outcome. So I will consciously, or most often unconsciously, make the same decisions and wonder why we end up with the same results. So the key to decision momentum is trust, trusting yourself, trusting your gut instinct, trusting your intuition, trusting the niggle, the nudge that will not go away. You have a consistent thought about something, a consistent idea. It is coming to you for a reason. Take action upon it. So do the thing and have the power. Okay? Do the thing and have the power. So when you make decisions, you are moving waves into particles. Decisions followed by action. Wave into particle. Wave into particle. And the universe, as I've said previously, begins conspiring for you and will give you the glimpses that you are aligned, or if you don't feel that you're aligned, it will give you the feedback through the use of your own awareness as to what is your next pivot, what is the next adjustment to bring you back on track. Okay? So those that fail to make decisions are still deciding. You've made a decision, essentially. If you fail to make a decision, you've made a decision. Now, if you've made a decision and you take action upon your decision, you are building the decision muscle in the frame of your body. You are building encoded sequences, electrochemical sequences that are like firing pins when you take action. So that is why when you think about, law of attraction or The Secret or a number of these, superficial style philosophies, and I use that loosely because a lot of people get trapped in that dynamic that if I wish it hard enough, then it will come to be. You must move wave into particle. That is why you have a physical body. You have a physical body, which is the instrument, the vessel through which consciousness operates. You have a physical body that can move in the world of matter, in the third dimension, so that you can apply the energy from the field and give direction and focus to that currency, that current of energy. So unless you take action upon decisions, you will not yield any result that is preferred. Okay? So I've seen this a lot with my students. Those that have great ideas and make a decision and take action upon it without living so far into the future by using their previous experiences as the basis points for whether they're going to succeed or fail, they're not getting out of the moment. They're staying in the moment. They take action in the moment. They continue to practice and practice because practice becomes permanent. Practice becomes permanent. You are an athlete. Your body needs entrainment in order to experience new results. It needs to be entrained, and so does your body. The key is that we have been so used to operating from an automaton state, 95% automation in our life, unconsciously operating from the time we wake to the time we sleep, doing the same things over and over and over again, the same way, with the same people, expecting a different result. Foolish. At the end of the day, you are waking up. You're waking up the potential in your body. You're waking up and exciting the neurons in your brain that are waiting for new opportunity and for the opportunity to evolve. Because we have a smart system. We have a very intelligent biological system, and we are interfacing and interacting with the field of information that is within us and around us 24/7, 365. However, most people still walk around with blinkers on. They've got their blinkers, their blinders on, and they're wondering why their life looks so myopic. It looks so tiny and so small, and nothing seems to change because they do not give credence to their decisions. They do not give credence to their decisions. And in doing so, they think any decision will do for the moment. No. Make decisions that are aligned with your desired end. Make decisions that are aligned with your preferred reality. Make decisions knowing that as you make a decision and take action upon that decision, the field folds into your reality. Space-time folds into now, and you get instant feedback. It may be a minute, an hour, a day, a week, but you are getting instant feedback by way of how you feel. And now you're observing the outer world, the world of facts, the world of objects and things. You're now observing them with new eyes and are being encoded with new proof that what you desire and what you decide upon builds momentum based on you taking action. Now, well, that's a mouthful. That's a big one. Sit with that. Sit with that. The key, again, right here, is that decisions determine destiny. Do I make decisions that are fraught with fear or out of survival, or am I making decisions that are aligned with the emotional quotient, with the emotional integrity, with the feelings of my desired end? Am I making decisions that are aligned with the feelings of my desired end? So as you fold space-time into the now, you are operating now, which means you are not being pulled out of the now into the past or into the future and getting ahead of yourself. That's the key. So when you go into the future too much, you'll start to get anxious. When you go into the past, you might just start to feel a little bit flattened or a little bit dismayed. What we want to do is to depolarize, like the previous experience on PhDs. Go back and listen to that one. We want to depolarize our reality. We observe that we may be successful in some areas and failures in others, but that is perspective. That is just language, and it's poor language, because essentially everything operates now. The quantum syntax is this is now. This is now. I am here. Quantum syntax. It is now. Everything is now. So when you make decisions, understand and appreciate that you are working with a universal intelligence that is operating within you and all around you. And it is your number one ally. It is the number one ally and instrument for creating new experiences. And the universe can work in very mysterious ways, as you may know. It will work through the world of matter, because that is where you are observing your reality, through the world of matter. You observe through your five senses. So anything, person, place, animal, thing, anything of matter or substance will give you the glimpses. You may hear someone say something, you may meet an old friend or an old colleague, you may receive an email. It might be all these serendipitous experiences or pieces of information will start to fold into your now moment. That means that you are at 0 point. You are operating in the now, and you're expressing yourself, making decisions, taking action in the now. And then in the next now, you're observing the feedback, and then you take action accordingly. You sit with that. So another big episode, a little bit mind-spinning. Go back and listen to it again. It's all there for the taking. It's all yours. Life is yours. You are the center of the universe. You are your universe. Everything you observe outside of you is the sum total of everything that has occurred from your past up to this point inside of you. So if you want to change your external reality, how it looks, feels, functions, tastes, touches, all those things, it must happen on the inside first. It must happen on the inside first. So I'll leave you with that. Hope you enjoyed it. From me here to wherever you are in the world, remember, dream a better dream. It's all you, baby. See you in the field.